Get started.
Yes, sir.
So I think, Tim, you were the last to see Captain America, was right?
Yeah, I saw it last, not just 2 Tuesdays ago. I saw it. Whatever. Yeah, it was like a week and a half ago. So
What'd you think of it?
I really enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolt Ross is a horrible person. My goodness, that dude is trash. And shout out to Harrison Ford. He's just always been a great actor. I know they also had to replace Thunderbolt because the original Thunderbolt passed away about 3-4 years ago of cancer. But Harrison Ford did a great job as a Thunderbolt Ross. But as the character, he's a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely forgot about the leader, the brain guy. I completely forgot. That's the same guy that was in the 2008 version.
He's been sitting in the background technically for
16 years,
almost 20 years.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot about him. Most people did. I didn't know if he was ever going to show back up.
Yeah, because I remember when they pumped the gamma in him, and the brain did a little jiggle thing, and I was like, oh, okay,
they lead into something, and then nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened, and all those movies later, and I'm like, oh, I forgot all about him.
Yeah. Q, what'd you think?
You know what? I really enjoyed it. I'm seeing a lot of people complaining. People need to shut the hell up. Everything won't be in-game.
Yeah.
We're in a current stage of building up to the next big bad. Everything's not going to be 10 out of 10. I thought this was a great movie. And if you ask me, it's the second best Captain America movie. To be fair, I do not consider Civil War a Captain America movie. I consider
that's an Avengers movie.
Okay, because people, what about Winter Soldier's clearly won.
Winter Soldier's my favorite MCU movie of all time.
And I think this was a solid 2.
I'm okay with that. I don't disagree with that. I found the movie solid. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was enjoyable. I do feel like they kind of rushed a couple things. Like they just kind of hurried to the Red Hulk fight, and how they ended it was a little odd. Now, I've been, every time I see any type of comic book movie, Marvel movie, anything like that, there's a couple YouTube channels I always check out, most notably New Rock Stars, and they always do deep dives and behind the scenes type news and stuff. And one of the things that the guy on that channel speculated is that at one point he thinks Thunderbolt Ross was supposed to die.
Mm-hmm.
So when they decided to change that, they kind of had to shoehorn in Sam talking him down. Whereas he was supposed to just die. I think he was supposed to die after that last little impact that he hit him with.
Yeah, was this movie remade like 3 times? Or
this movie got remade several times because, from what I understand, obviously this hasn't been confirmed in one way or another, but the role that Giancarlo Esposito had, which, by the way, he was incredible. He is so charismatic.
He's always phenomenal.
No matter what role he's in, he is incredibly charismatic. That role he played was supposed to be the role Seth Rollins was supposed to play.
Oh, really?
Oh.
And then they got the opportunity to cast Giancarlo Esposito, so they dropped Seth Rollins, which kind of sucks because I like Seth Rollins, and I'd have liked to. Now, could he have played that role as well as Giancarlo? No.
And that's what I was about to say. I love Seth Rollins, but sorry, buddy.
But to drop him completely, I kind of think sucks. You couldn't have found something else for him to do. He couldn't have been Giancarlo's number 2.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like you could say, hey, we got this guy that we're expanding his role, and we think that, you don't have the acting experience to take that role on, but we want to keep you on. Let's give you this role. I think they could have done that. He spent all that time there, and to get nothing out of it just seems like a kind of a low blow to me.
I agree.
That makes sense. So I know everybody wants just nonstop action and fight scenes, but I think what I enjoyed about this movie was the entire movie was him basically coming to terms that he's not Steve Rogers.
Right.
And he doesn't need to be Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think that was very well done with, him just at every turn realizing, like, I don't have to do things the same way as him. to be a good Captain America. Even like I like the I think when he got punched by Red Hulk and he was like, I shouldn't have took.
I should have took the serum.
Yeah, should have took the serum. Like, and he was like making fun of Bucky.
Yeah,
like I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I didn't think I would care about the new Falcon.
Right.
Like when I first seen him, I'm like, who cares? But he actually, to me, was kind of dope in the movie.
Yeah, he brought the levity. Because generally in the past, it was kind of Sam that brought the levity.
Yeah.
So he couldn't be the guy to bring the levity this time because now he's the lead guy.
Right.
He can't really bring the levity. He's coming to grips with his role as Captain America. So he needed someone to help bring the levity, and I thought he brought it well.
And I'm glad they finally talked about the goddamn giant celestial.
Took them long enough.
Like, because I'm like, why do we just keep glossing over that this is here? And I get it. Eternals was an awful movie. We all want to forget it.
That movie was absolutely terrible.
But, I mean, come on. You can't do something like that and then just try to ignore it. So I'm glad they actually...
Right.
And I think it's pretty cool because what they found in their adamantium.
Yeah, they're using that as the way to introduce adamantium.
Yeah, so I was like, that's pretty cool because, obviously Wolverine.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Also, another thing that comes from that I got from New Rock Stars, if y'all haven't seen that YouTube channel, I definitely suggest checking it out. They point out all types of Easter eggs and stuff in all the movies. But one of the things that apparently got scrapped is his head of security, the short girl, was supposed to be a
Black Widow.
She was a Black Widow. That's what they made her in the movie.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be one of the first mutants to pop up in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
But the character was something like there was an issue between, I think she was either Israeli or something along those lines. And with the whole Israel-Palestine thing going on, there was some outrage over that character. So they had to scrap it. But she was originally supposed to be one of the first mutants to pop up in the actual MCU movies.
Okay.
But they unfortunately had to scrap it. So now that's another reason the adamantium was in there. It was supposed to start sprinkling in the nuggets of mutants existing.
Right.
So the only thing left was the adamantium, but it was all good. But yeah, I still got it. Giancarlo Esposito's that scene he had where he just ambushed him driving down the road in his truck. Oh, that was such a great scene.
Yeah.
So good. And I loved his charisma when he was interrogating him after he caught him. He's like, I'll put you away if you get out. When.
Yep. When. I love that part.
I love that. It's just that charisma. When I get out, I am going to kill you. Like, oh, that's great. But I thought the movie was very solid.
Yeah, I've seen people complaining about the main villain, but I'm like, I don't like methodical villains. Like, I like a cerebral villain when they're well done,
Yeah, like, everybody wants to just see straightforward fighting type villains. Like,
everybody don't
one of the main things that made Civil War so great is because he was methodical.
Yeah.
Baron Zemo did close to nothing physical.
Right.
He actually did nothing physical on screen. The only thing that he did something was when he killed the therapist. And you only knew that because they found the body.
Right.
You didn't even see him kill the therapist. So I don't understand the gripes about this movie. People saying it's a flop and this, that, and the third. I think it performed well in the box office. Obviously, it's not Endgame level, but
of course,
nothing will be. I thought it performed really well, and I thought it was a very well done movie, especially since all of the pivots they had to make.
Right.
I just think we live in a world of miserable people who just
want
to see everything fail, which is weird to me. Like, there's nothing that I've seen that I'm just like, oh, I hope that movie fails. Like, that's so weird. Or, oh, I just hope this movie's terrible. Like, why would I want it to be terrible? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even, like I said yesterday, I attempted to watch Madam Web. And I watched it with an open mind. I'm like, I don't care what everyone's saying. The movie was awful. They were all correct. But I didn't want it to be awful. You know what I mean?
You want to see it from your own perspective.
Exactly. I'm like, I just wanted to, you know what I mean, give it a chance. I'm going to go and I'm going to give Craven a chance. I don't care what people say. I'm going in with an open mind.
I'm pretty sure about this, but I could be incorrect. But I'm pretty sure Wes said he loved Madam Web.
Well, I don't know what he was watching. Because
that's not goated at all.
I didn't even finish the movie. I didn't even care how it ended. I had like 20 minutes left, and I was just like, I've had enough. I just didn't care how it ended.
He's had enough.
I will never watch it again. It was so bad. Nothing about it made sense. The three girls that were with her were like all over the place. I was just the movie made just no sense. I was like, okay, I can't do this. So I'm not sure what he watched, but I have some questions. So, but yeah, like I think we just live in a miserable society where people just want things to fail.
Yeah,
of course,
it's weird.
It's miserable. And what bothers me most about it is I understand most of the time it's just a loud minority, but what upsets me the most is I can't avoid it. Like, I want my Twitter feed to show wrestling stuff because I enjoy pro wrestling. But I hate every other post I see. It's someone, either a AEW mark bashing WWE or a WWE mark bashing AEW. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to see that on my timeline. And, like, just enjoy what you enjoy and leave it as it is.
Right.
My timeline's been a lot of wrestling clips lately too. But for the last couple of days, I've mostly tried to stay off of Twitter because it gets flooded with Kanye for some reason. Everything I know that Kanye has tweeted recently has been against my will.
Yeah, he's.
I've never even seen it. I don't even know.
I don't know why it keeps coming on my timeline. Like, people just keep resharing and posting it. Like, I don't follow him. I don't care what he's doing. You know what I mean? But it's against my will. And I'm like, I don't know what happened to Twitter, but it seems like it doesn't like just focus much more on just what, you know, who you follow and stuff like it used to. It seems like they're pushing a bunch of stuff and it's like, hey, you got to see this. And it's like, hey, I don't care.
No, facts.
Yeah. So my timeline is mostly wrestling too. And I prefer when it is, you know, even though I'm not like even heavy into wrestling like I used to, like, yeah.
And remember how you said Sam Wilson's your Captain America?
Yes.
Isaiah Bradley is my Captain America. That man deserves everything. The character for, you know what I mean? Just because what he's been through and just, you know, I just felt so bad for that man, you know, just him being in jail and then him and the bond that him and Sam had in Falcon and Winter Soldier and just.
I felt bad for him in the movie. Like,
I felt real bad. Where he was like, I can't go back.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, I get it. The last time you was in there, it wasn't just lockup. You were tortured and experimented on.
Right.
That's a PTSD that's not going to go away.
Correct.
And just to think I'm going to be going back in there, like, that has, like, when he was talking about I can't go back, I legit thought he was going to do something to force them to kill him.
I did see that scene was like powerfully done. And it was like amazing acting on that scene. Like, you seen like the fear and the tears in his eyes as he's like, I don't even know what happened.
Right.
And he's like, I cannot go. I legit thought he was going to get up and like charge at people to force them to kill him because he did not want to go back under any circumstances.
I looked at Jazz in the theater and I was like, I really hope we do not have to watch a black man get shot by the police. Right now. And when he gave it to them, I was like, oh goodness. So I was like, thank gosh. Like, so man, that was very well done.
Yeah, I thought it was a very solid movie.
Absolutely. And also, did you know I found out 10 years ago, I didn't realize Giancarlo was bugging out in Do the Right Thing.
I mean, I saw Do the Right Thing when I was a kid. I haven't seen that movie since.
I know, but I was like, wait, that's him? Because he doesn't even look like, well, obviously he's a lot older now, but it just shows how great he is. You know what I mean? I didn't realize he was the bad guy in Fresh.
Yeah, his range is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what Fresh is.
That was a movie with the 12-year-old drug runner.
I don't remember that. I don't know.
Samuel Jackson was in there because he was a chess player. And
I don't know that movie. I don't know that movie at all.
Oh, wow. It was one of them, you know,
Haven't
90s
seen it
hood
in
movies.
years,
I've
yeah.
seen it in years, but yeah, he was the main bad guy. His name was Esteban in the movie, and but yeah, it was a good movie from what I remember. But like, I remember he was like a 12-year-old drug runner, and but yeah, he's running for Giancarlo in that movie. Mm-hmm. Like Quinn says, his resume just speaks for itself.
Yeah, incredible range, incredible
Absolutely.
actor. The only reason I wanted that Far Cry game is because he's in it. I still haven't gotten it though.
And he had one of the greatest death scenes in TV history.
That is what made me a huge fan of him. That death scene was like, it was so well done. It was so amazing. And when I first seen it, I was like, this dude is amazing.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's why I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He walked out of the room and was like,
yeah, he just
and then just fell over. I was like, that was dope.
Yeah. We'll show you after we record. We'll show you the death scene real quick.
But he was a menace in Breaking Bad.
He was.
He had to go.
Yeah. You know what? Real quick, I won't get too into it, but I fell for his character too. Like, he got his revenge because, you know, like the level of torture that he was doing to Hector, it was kind of like, well, you kind of deserved it a little bit. You know, yeah, I liked Hector, but still just how they did to him when he was younger, and then he got him back and just keep showing up at the nursing home with the chain and just torturing him, and because Hector couldn't talk anymore. But
that bell, and he was sitting there like, come here, that ding 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 ding.
Oh, yeah. But we'll show you when we're done, though. But yeah. But like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. It was a good MCU movie of the year to start so far. Start off so I really enjoyed Captain America for sure.
Like I said, I think the problem with everyone now is everyone's like, oh, but it's not as good as Endgame, and it's like, dude, do you know how many movies built up to Endgame?
Yeah, the first Captain America movie wasn't that great.
Yeah,
I thought it was solid.
If we get to
Thor.
What's the end? Secret Invasion or Secret Wars?
Yeah, Secret Wars.
If that isn't as good as Endgame, then you have a right to complain.
I still think Infinity War was better than Endgame.
I do too.
Yeah, I thought
Infinity War was a better overall movie than Endgame.
Yeah.
Endgame just had the best like end battle in like movie history.
I think as a whole movie, Infinity War was better.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the highs of Endgame were really high.
Really, really high.
Cap getting
picking the hammer up.
And even Iron Man sacrificing himself. Those highs were really, really
absolutely
high. So
the only issue I had with Infinity War is even though we knew like the Collector wasn't going to do anything against Thanos, but I still want to know how Thanos got it from him. The reality gem. Like, I still want to. You showed the other four.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They showed.
They never showed power or reality.
They didn't show power or reality. They showed 4 of 6.
Yes, I mean, they showed. Yeah. So I'm like, I still want to know how he got it. You know what I mean? Just, because
But I'm more curious on how he got the power one.
Yeah, from Xandar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because he didn't have anything then. How he got the reality stone from the Collector's easy. I got the power stone. What you gonna do against me?
They can still do like a.
Thanos is still like strong as hell.
Yeah,
right.
But I still would have much preferred see him just basically ransack an entire world for the power stone than going after technically one guy for the reality.
Yeah,
right.
I'm about to say it. Plus, he has like a whole army at his disposal.
Yeah. I mean, they could have just laid siege to it and it'd been real simple. But I mean, I understand why they did it for time's sake because the movie was already 3 hours long. That could have easily added another hour to it.
Yeah.
That's it for
never a bad time for a montage.
They definitely could have done a montage,
right,
recap, or something to briefly show, hey, this is what happened
at Xandar and nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's it for the cap for me though. Like I said, I just enjoyed it. The ending credits? I don't remember what happened for some reason.
He met with the leader, and the leader told him something big was coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was another one.
I think that was it. I don't remember being like anything because it was at the very, very, very end. It wasn't like how they do like the first,
a mid credit,
end
credit. I think that was the only one, but it's just like the leader basically just saying, "Hey, I know what's coming."
Yeah,
and
it's funny that they kind of asked him to reboot the Avengers when it's like Anthony Mackie's not really that young. You know what I mean? To be on for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
What in his mid-40s?
It should be.
Well,
I assume so.
But I don't know. They said he was asked to reboot the Avengers. That doesn't mean he accepted.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Did you like the leader though?
I thought he was all right.
All right.
Yeah, 46.
Okay.
I thought they could have done more with him to really show the level of his intellect.
Right.
Why does he always look like he got a joke to laugh at?
Anthony Mackie.
Like he's just trying to hold back a laugh in every picture.
I don't know. Maybe that's just all he was told to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the leader was cool, but I would have just personally would have liked to see more of what he was showing the level of intellect that he has.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, that's all I got for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it about an 8. I gave it about a 7.5, 8.
I think that's a fair score.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
7.5 is what I'd say.
Well,
It's
weird because
a good solid movie.
Yeah, it's weird because you could say like 7.5 or out of 10, and everyone's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you do like, a 3.5 to a 3.75 out of 5 stars, everyone's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just all perspective. Everyone, they just feel 3 is just really low.
Yeah.
When it's out of 5, but I don't know. I mean, that's above half. So, I mean, it's technically 60%.
Right. So,